And our next speaker, one of our youngest panel today, Talha Saif. He obtained his Bachelor of Honours First Class in the International Business Management from the University of West London. He also a treasurer SLAITO Youth for 2022 to 2023, and during his tenure he was part of the organizing committee of the first ever Sri Lankan tourist job fair organized in partnership with Sri Lanka alumni and the University of Colombo. He also specialized in handling the company's main tourist market operation, such as Spain, Japan, UK, and Middle East. He also represented Lanka Vacation and Sri Lanka Tourism for the Arabian Travel Market 2022 to promote Sri Lanka as a tourist destination to Middle East market. And we're very much happy to have you, Talha, as the youngest panelist today. And we want to hear from you what, as the youth presentation of the tourism, as SLAITO youth planning to contribute towards this recovery process. Over to you, Talha.
Yes, thank you. Very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to take this opportunity first to thank the RPSL Youth Empowerment Forum for giving me this opportunity to be able to share the screen with such illustrious personalities from the trade. Thank you again, Dr. Jamila, for the introduction and the question posed. On the basis of this question, I would like to cover this topic by basically providing an overview of how us as SLAITO Youth, being the youth representation of Sri Lanka tourism, how we plan on contributing towards the economic recovery. So we have basically planned on a few objectives for this purpose. The first one being how we can upgrade the tourism infrastructure. Infrastructure-wise, definitely Sri Lanka is a popular tourist destination for its breathtaking scenery, World Heritage sites, and so much more. But leaving these physical aspects aside, we are also a people-centric industry where everything is about the people. And actually these very people are a reflection of what we take pride in as an industry, which is our hospitality. But in the current context, these very people are facing a problem where there are more than 2 million employees who are dependent on the tourism industry, and under this umbrella, more than 500,000 are direct employees, where actually the youth percentage is higher. So it's important for us as a movement to find the capable employees who will definitely contribute towards this infrastructure upgrade that we are talking of. And however, in this current context, we are also facing a big issue where the youth are actually youth is actually leaving the industry for good, since it's a volatile industry. But having said that, we as an industry are also known for our resilience, where we will be one of the first industries to bounce back during any crisis situation that the country faces. But since this youth is losing confidence, it's important for us to raise awareness on how they, as the youth of the nation, can be successful individuals through tourism. And it's important that we work on such projects which will re-inculcate this lost confidence among them. So as SLAITO Youth, we are also currently planning on organizing such awareness programs to address this issue. Secondly, we are also talking about the digitalization aspect of tourism, which is very important to talk of at this juncture, and basically how we can revolutionize the tourism industry through digitalization. In terms of digitalization, most countries, they have explored far beyond what Sri Lanka has. I mean, Sri Lanka is in the backlash in terms of digitalization, but and this digitalization issue has changed, or rather revolutionized, the entire norm of the common traveler. So we think Sri Lanka in this aspect lagging behind, and it's very important at this time that we use these digitalization tools to recover tourism back to where it was. And in terms of, again, digitalization, since recent times, OTAs, which are online travel agents, they have been coming into the picture, where they basically earn their revenue from outside the country. So by doing this, of course the hotel revenues are earned inside, but there is a problem that we face where foreign exchange is not completely secured into the country. So we, as an industry, the DMCs especially, they face a huge problem, and the employees also face a huge problem because they come out of this equation when this happens. So as SLAITO Youth and as SLAITO, it's our responsibility to safeguard these DMCs and their employees, since they are responsible for 70% of the tourist population that come into Sri Lanka, since they're channeled through them. So as an industry, in terms of this digital issue, we have failed to tap into this area, or like to avoid, or rather come up through this competition. It's very important that as a youth movement, we go that extra mile in marketing our products and focusing on basically the reliability and efficiency factors to the tourists, on why they choose the OTAs over DMCs. So hence, at this juncture, we need to come together as an industry, and we need to work closely with the IT professionals of Sri Lanka in initiating or developing systems which will keep us up to date in the technological aspect. And we are pretty sure that this will help Sri Lanka find its place and its position on the global tourism map. So this will also be another segment on like SLAITO Youth, as we will affiliate with a few local companies on how we can address this issue as well. Lastly, which I feel is one of the most important factors, and as rightly spoken by the rest of the panelists, it's about exploring new avenues in tourism and basically making the best of what we have to offer. As a tourist hotspot, Sri Lanka, we have to always be ahead of our regional competitors like Maldives, Indonesia, or Malaysia. Since in the eyes of a global tourist, it's an alternative product. So this is not even a matter of coming up with something new. It's only a matter of identifying what we have, basically. And like, for example, for a country like Dubai, with such limited natural resources, they still are finding their way in the global tourist market. And we as a country have our natural resources placed right in a golden platter, and it's just a matter of how we have to make the best out of it. For example, as this was covered previously, the beach in Pasikuda, which is well known for its white, pristine, sandy beaches. So it is somewhat similar to what Maldives offers, but we can still offer these at a lower price. So likewise, we at SLAITO, we are actually trying to come up with a new idea, and we are initiating a project and in identifying these new potential hotspots in the country. Basically, what we are talking of is identifying 12 new potential hotspots, which we plan on promoting soon in the coming months. So each month will be allocated for a specific tourist hotspot. So by doing this project, we again contribute to our first objective that we spoke of, which is upgrading the infrastructure, where awareness will be conducted at all these locations where even the youth or the village people, they get to introduce their products, and through this we can later cater this to the tourists. So we believe these measures, as it will help us get through to our recovery as an industry, at least for the initial part. And to conclude, I think as the youth, we should and we will definitely come together at this juncture to recover from this period. And we firmly believe that as a start, if we can at least focus on these discussed objectives, we can definitely contribute towards rebuilding tourism and recover from this period that we are in, by yet again proving how resilient we are as an industry. So as the youth body, we very much look forward to do much more in recovering tourism. And this is just an overview of what we plan to do as an immediate action plan. So I hope I covered most part of the question. Once again, thank you so much for having me here. And I would like to again thank the Youth Empowerment Forum for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Talha. It's really interesting. You talk about a lot of issues that, from the youth perspective, that's exploring new events, new sites, and improve infrastructure, empowering youth, as well as digitalization and so on. And you have a very good plan to enhance tourism industry. We wish you all the best to meet all your objectives.